Good morning, everyone. Part 2 of our multi-part series on investigating the impact or doing some impact analysis of GP settings on specific OUs. Step 2 is very SDM specific. This is about the commandlet that comes with our GPO reporting pack called Export-SDMGPSettings and some of the things we need to be aware of here. So if you recall, in part 1, we simply asked the user for the name of an OU, and then we figured out all of the GPOs that were linked to that OU based on their input. And we had to jump through a couple minor hoops in order to get that information correctly. Now, we want to pass that into Export-SDMGPSettings, and this is one of the primary commandlets with the reporting pack. And I'm going to send it GPO names, and I'll use GP links, which is the information that we received in the first part. And I'm going to get errors. Now, what is the problem here? Now, instead of jumping right to the problem, let's think about different ways that we can figure it out. So first off, don't forget about your help system. So get help, Export-SDMGPSettings, parameter, great little parameter here on the get help command, and GPO names is the name of the parameter that I want to query. And it says the GPO names is a string array that lists the friendly names of the GPOs you wish to export settings from. Okay, two important pieces of information, not a distinguished name, a friendly name, and a string array. So let's look at GP links and see what it is. GP links, if I send that to my get member commandlet, I'm going to see that this is actually a collection of this object type GPO link. And if I look at it, if I look at the data or the different objects in GP links, you'll actually see the objects, right? So those objects have an ID, a display name. Is it enabled? Is it enforced? Some good, good meta information about that. But that is not what our commandlet is looking for. Our commandlet simply wants an array of strings. Now the string in here that I want is this display name, or what we called friendly name in that help content. So let's see if we can grab that data, right? Because we know from our work in the past that I can do this, display name, and I can generate the display names from those objects, right? I can just return those display names. So let's see, Export-SDMGPSettings, GPO names, GP link, or links dot display name. Look at that. So I'm returning all of the settings from all of the GPOs that are in that GP links collection, right? All right, so now, great, we've got that step, and maybe it's worthwhile, just for the sake of building this up, Export-SDMGPSettings, writing this into our script pane so that we can hold on to it. GPO names, I'm going to say GP links dot display name. And again, just to show it one more time, it works fine. But that's not it. What we need here is to create a snapshot, remember. We want to create this inventory of these settings and save that, because in a future step we're going to compare that to another inventory. So with the Export-SDMGPSettings commandlet, there are other parameters that we need to use. Notice the snapshot path and snapshot comment. Both are very important. So snapshot path, is simply going to be the name of the path that you're going to. So if I want to go to GP reporting pack, snapshots, I'm going to go right in there. Let's see if there's anything in here. I'm not sure if I have anything in there right now, but good to clean it out. Okay, there's two things in there, so let's remove both of those. DPRP. So we have a clean directory that we're working with. All right, so snapshot path is the directory where I'm going to save the snapshot, and the commandlet is going to automatically generate a name for that snapshot. But we're going to put a comment in here. This is the baseline snapshot. Okay. So I don't need this, and then of course we're going to need this information here, right? So we're going to need that. Get rid of that line. All right, so Export-SDMGPSettings, GPO name, we just want the display name, the snapshot path is here, and then our comment is that. And if I run that whole entire thing, let's put it all together. Name of OU, IRBR1, child 1. And let's see if it's in there. So if I look at the directory of that, and there it is. And if I were to look at that file in the exporter tool, I would see that comment that I'm going to be able to use later for querying purposes. But you can see the name is exporter snapshot date timestamp .snap. It's a .snap file. All right, that's step 2, Export-SDMGPSettings, and creating a snapshot for all of the settings that were the result of the first part, finding the GPO's link to a specific OU. Come back for step 3, it's going to be fun.